Hey, how's it going? Well, I am in Des Moines, Iowa, and that was a drive, but I think I've accomplished quite a bit. I seem to be, I don't know, about 5/8 the way there. Not quite 2/3, but not half, so, you know, about 5/8. And, yeah, I'm glad I got this far. Iowa, once you get on Highway 80, man, it has some really beautiful scenery, I tell you that. But when I was on 29, though, well, it was so dark it would have been hard to tell anyway, but man, if one was to judge Iowa on Highway 29, it would be the state that the official scent is cow shit. It's just so bad. Oh my god. It was so bad coming up with that. And some of the conditions of the roads, oh my god, of the, the freeways. I'd never been in a construction zone that they just leave it that dangerous. I mean, it's almost like some of it was as extreme as if they said, oh yeah, go ahead and drive up on the sidewalk, even though it's a freeway, but like you're so far into the shoulder that it's not even really the shoulder anymore. And then, like, in the span of about 100 feet, you might have the road go left and right about, 6 or 7 times. And and then the lines. I don't know what's with Highway 29, but or is it Interstate 29? Whatever. It's like they didn't bother to get reflective paint for the lines. So then there's these spots where, and I saw this has happened a couple times in Montana too, but at least you could see the lines, right? Instead of having it where you turn right to exit, it's if you go forward you exit, and you have to curve to the left with the freeway to not exit. But in the case of Highway 29, you can't see the lines to know that the road curves left. So I ended up slowing down to almost 30 miles an hour and go, oh, okay, there's the road there. Well, I guess how you're supposed to figure that out is by... Well, I had opened up the window because it did have a bit of fragrance in here, but there's no screen, and I just saw something come in, and maybe that's not such a good idea. So, anyway, but yeah, the way you can avoid it is, just make sure you avoid the freeway sign. don't hit the freeway sign, right? It's like, wow. But the one thing that really just made things so over the top was when there was this part of the highway where it just perfectly kind of straight up and then down again, like a hill, a nice. What I mean by perfectly straight up, I mean it wasn't curvy, right? So it went up, and then when it started to go down. Now, this is at night, granted, but you couldn't see anything else. So it looked like you're about to go down into the abyss. Or you're about to face a huge row of trees that are 2,000 feet tall. And it scared me so much that I shook and screamed. And and almost stopped the car. And there's no traffic around, so it was a strange optical illusion that I've never experienced before. That was freaky, let me tell you. Was not expecting something like that. But anyway, so I'm here now, and hopefully I'll get some sleep. What's odd is, after all of this, I don't feel that tired. I should, though. But it's weird. When I was on Highway 29, I got so discouraged. I was so discouraged. I kind of wish I would have, as I said in the last video, I kind of wish I would have just taken the toll roads, you know? But, no, I got so discouraged thinking, man, how much more I've got to do to be done with this trip. This trip has been the most stressful and draining thing I have ever done. I'll take that back. The worst experience as far as that sort of thing went was when I was trying to get off Zyprexa. That was the worst experience I'd ever had, ever. Getting off Zyprexa every moment of every day, when you're dealing with the withdrawal, you want to die. You just want to die. And it takes everything within you to not kill yourself. That's how bad getting off Zyprexa is. Anyone who's considering getting on Zyprexa or Seroquel, just think about the fact that there might be some point where you might try to get off of it, and it's miserable. Worst experience of my life was getting off Zyprexa. Period. Just end of story. And it took... How long was that withdrawal? I think it was about a month. About a month. Worst experience ever. Anyway, not sure what more to say, but it's this next set of the next part of the drive should be interesting because, well, I've never been to any of these parts of the country, and I haven't even seen many pictures of it, so it should be interesting. Oh yeah, another thing that was neat when I was going down Highway 80 was those big, what do they call them, turbines, wind turbines. Those things are huge. Oh my god, those things are huge. I didn't know they were that big. Huge, foreboding things. Wow. I mean, it was almost as foreboding as looking at the cooling towers at the Satsop, in the Satsop Business Park, or whatever that place is called. They were, they were cooling towers for something that was going to be a, it was originally going to be a nuclear power plant, but it was canceled. But they still had the buildings left, and being next to that huge cooling tower is foreboding. But these wind turbines, even though I'm just in the car, looking at them from afar, those things are foreboding. Just had no idea they were that big. Anyway, this video is long enough. It's long enough, so I'm going to end it.